Game coverage starting 90 minutes from right now. Sir Stats-A-Lot is here. He decorated himself a tree. He's inside because it's a little cold now.
What's up,
if you are
player?
not familiar, what's happening? If you're not familiar with Sir Stats-A-Lot's work, shame on you. Wow, that's a little harsh by whoever wrote this one. Sir Stats has quickly turned into the top football researcher in the country, diving into the data like no one else. Hello, Sir Stats-A-Lot. Glad you're back after a well-deserved week off. Give us your first nugget, my friend.
Merry Christmas, Mike G. Mike G, thanks a lot. Appreciate it, man. Here we go. Listen up. The Bucks have won 2 straight, but we got to talk about their slow starts. They've been outscored 31-0 in the first quarter of the last 4 games. 0 points, 0 big plays. That may work against bad teams, Mike G, but it ain't going to cut it in the playoffs. Tampa Bay.
Ain't going to cut it. Jane, you covered Bucks Falcons last week. What's your biggest concern with Tampa Bay heading into the final 2 weeks of the regular season?
Mike G, I think it's just that. You know, ahead of that one, I actually talked to Tom Brady about that. And he said they needed to come out in the field, they needed to be sharper and eliminate the gray area, and they didn't against the Falcons. This is a team that's pulled off 4 double-digit comebacks, and it's remarkable. When you look at his career, he's had 39 comebacks, 48 game-winning drives. But even as I was talking to Antonio Brown after this one, I said, why do you guys make it so hard on yourselves this season? I think there's something about Tom Brady that likes people counting against him. He likes the fuel, but quit making this so easy. You guys were just talking about it. Sir Stats-A-Lot, you're so right. Playoffs, you're going to be playing better defenses. You can't, and better offenses. You got to come out sharp first.
Yeah, pro tip, Sir Stats-A-Lot is always correct. All right, Sir Stats, give us your second one.
Hey, appreciate it, Mike. Listen up, man. DeAngelo, I know me and you play DB, but these wideouts today, ooh-wee. DeAndre Hopkins, Travis Kelce, Stephon Diggs, all at the top. Behind Kelce, Metcalf, Tyreek Hill, all these wideouts, tight ends. Man, what they gonna do this year, man? Tell me about it.
All right, well, first of all, I'd imagine it's an extreme height advantage for the receiver that lines up against Sir Stats-A-Lot, but he's tough. He hangs in there, and he plays hard-nosed football, and that's why he's effective. That's right. All right, D-Hall, which of those 5 receivers we saw is most important to his team's success?
And look, before anybody starts attacking me on social media, all of these dudes are studs. You can't go wrong with none of them. But when I think about Tyreek Hill and that speed element, and then you pair him with Patrick Mahomes, he's probably the lone reason Travis Kelce is on that list at the tight end position. Because you can't just single cover Tyreek Hill. He just requires so much attention when you think about speed and misdirection and everyone on the team. Nobody wants to be on Tyreek Hill's highlight film. So they understand that deep ball is always on the table. Look at that backflip right there. That man smooth as butter.
It's beautiful. Do not attack him on social media, although if you wanted to, he's at DeAngelo Hall 23. Sir Stats, your third and final nugget, my friend.
A lot of people are sleeping on them guys down in Davie, Florida, the Miami Dolphins. In 2019, they allowed the most points in the league and were tied for 28 takeaways. But this year, they got the fewest points allowed in every game. Also have most forced turnovers. Put some respect on them, man. Miami, what's up? 305, get live. Hey.
Miami, 305. The 305 is 9-5, holding on to the 7th seed in the AFC. Sean, the most impressive thing about the job Brian Flores has done with the Dolphins is?
Well, Mikey G, Sir Stats-A-Lot just laid it out for y'all to play it out. I mean, they're number 1 in all those categories. That's impressive. And, man, till the break of dawn, ooh, they got it going on. Defensively, the takeaways, yeah, that's impressive. That's coaching. It's not just the interceptions. They're ripping the ball out. So it's all coaching and then execution. But really, the biggest surprise to me is just how great they've been on 3rd down. They are continuing to get offenses off the field. D-Hall will tell you, man, defensively, if we know it's 3 and out, that's a wrap. Man, we are fresh in the 4th quarter, and they're doing it with different coverages, disguising things at the line of scrimmage. This defense has really embraced the philosophy with Brian Flores, and they're executing the X and O's and doing a great job on 3rd down, and that's one of the reasons why they've had so much success.
All right, Sir Stats a Lot. I'm sure you got yourself a new calculator or whatever you use
Hey,
to
man,
crunch
you
your
know,
numbers,
we
my
got
friend.
the new MacBook. The new MacBook. You know, I got to get right.
Wow. All right. Hey, big spender. Hey, enjoy it. Thank you
Here's
very
more of
much.
a
I'm
lead
sure-
Rolling left, Rodgers winds up, Rainbows, Tunyon out there, touchdown! Great step off! How handsome of that! Oh, what a catch by Devontae Adams at the pylon, touchdown! A.J. Brown, oh, that's crazy! Darren Jones up the middle, breaks through, he's down the left sideline, still on his feet, he's got a chance to the 10 to the 5, to the end zone. Tannehill can, 5, got for the end zone, touchdown! Titans! Zadarius Smith with the sack and strip. Preston Smith with the scoop and score. Henry gets the carry to the 25. Henry to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the yes! Oh yes! 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 Yes!
All right, this is the one I've got circled this weekend. 2 of the final 4 teams from a year ago, Titans-Packers, meet tomorrow. A Titans win puts them in the playoffs for the second straight season. A win plus a Colts loss, they lock up the NFC South. Now to the Packers. Green Bay secures a first-round bye with a win and a Seahawks loss to the Rams. So that means the NFC playoffs would run through Lambeau Field. Now think about this, guys. No fans, cold temps in Green Bay. Arguably the best home field advantage. The Titans lead the league in scoring, which is crazy when I look down at that. Packers are third. This game should get wild. Sean, what are you expecting from Derrick Henry?
Yeah, Jane, it's pretty mind-boggling that the Titans lead the NFL in scoring offense. You would think it would be the high-flying offense of the Green Bay Packers. So I'm going to quote one of the greatest Green Bay Packers of all time, looks like a young Devontae Adams, Sterling Sharp. And he used to always say, why fly when you can drive? And that's exactly what the Tennessee Titans are doing. They're driving that bus. They're driving Derrick Henry. And I think when you look at what their offense can do on the ground, number one, you want to play smash mouth football against a team and run downhill with Derrick Henry. That takes the life out of them and that wears them down. But it also keeps AR on the sidelines and it keeps him sitting over there on the bench. So as an offensive lineman, or if you're Derrick Henry, the colder the better in this game, because every single one of those DBs, D-Hall will tell you this, man, when it's cold out, it hurts when you get a big back coming downhill on you. The safeties and the corners, in the first quarter, they're going to be coming downhill to make the tackle, and in the fourth quarter, they're going to be diving to get out of the way.
Sean, I'm honestly torn. I hear what you're saying, and usually I would advise a team that can run the football and play ball control, try to slow down the other team and set the pace yourself. But I think this could be a good test for Tennessee, because if they've got to face Kansas City again in the postseason, you may have to match their tempo. You may have to catch up to them. To me, right now, I'm looking at Green Bay is tied with Tennessee at 6.2 yards per play on offense this year. And the only team ahead of them is Kansas City, 6.4. And we know how KC can score in bunches, and it was kind of like that in the AFC Championship game. Tennessee set the pace early, but eventually Kansas City's going to hit the gas. And can you match it? I think this Tennessee team this year, with the way that their receivers and targets are playing for Ryan Tannehill, can play that game a little bit. So maybe test it out here. See if you can match a pace of a team that can pick up yardage the way that Kansas City can.
Listen, I think the thing that stands out for me is going to be this Tennessee Titans pass rush against this offense that's led by Aaron Rodgers at home. That's what concerns me. They have a league low 14 sacks. And even when I looked at this one, 2.5 seconds. Anytime that you give Aaron Rodgers that time or more, he has the most touchdowns, the highest passer rating at home this season, and he's only thrown 1 interception there at Lambeau. So that's what concerns me a little bit. I think Devontae Adams could have a day. I was there covering that game when it was the Browns-Titans in Nashville. We saw, obviously, what Baker Mayfield was able to do against them. I'd hate to see what Aaron Rodgers, that Tennessee Titans defense, specifically the pass rush, has been a bit of an Achilles heel for them this season.
Yeah, and I'm just looking forward to watching this Green Bay team against another physical opponent. The last time, Green Bay's Achilles heel last year was the 49ers. This year, they ran up on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Not many teams have pushed Green Bay into that zone where they have to play physical, where defensively they can't just rush the quarterback. They have to tackle this running game of Tennessee. And so I think we're going to learn a whole lot about Green Bay. And look, they don't have to answer these questions to me, but I want to see it. I want to see them play against a physical opponent on both sides of the football. And I know you guys are saying Tennessee's defense is not very good, but I tell you what, I've been on a team like that. You will feed off that offense. You will feed off of Derrick Henry imposing his will on those opponents on the other side of the field. So I think Tennessee's defense will be okay.
Regardless, this is going to be a good one. And then the other guy that we've been talking a lot about, NFL Network. But before we preview these matchups, Jeezy, we saw a little history last night.
Yes, we did. Unless you had a little too much eggnog early. For me, it was Lafroig. I had myself